Hey yo, fellowship, what up? Welcome to the fellowship hall of the twins and rap. I am Rap, aka Big Ham, aka the smartest one in the room. I'm back with my fellas, twin number one Keith and twin number two Ken. Fellas, what it do, baby?
What's up, fellowship? It's your boy Ken, aka the Odd Man Out. Thanks for tuning in with us today.
What's up, fellas? This is your boy Keith, the moderator. You know me. I know you if you're watching Snowfall. I hope you are. Let's jump in. We're reviewing Snowfall Season 5, Episode 5. We weren't here last week, but we're back this week. So let's go ahead and jump in. Big Ham, go ahead and kick it off with Snowfall Season 5, Episode 5. What did you think about what happened with the Saints?
Hey, man, a very entertaining episode, but
It was.
where did this come from?
Yeah, just crazy.
Where did all this come from, dog?
Crazy.
Surprise, man. Shock factor.
Who is this enemy that is targeting this organization all of a sudden out of nowhere?
That knows exactly where they
Where
go.
everybody is.
Everything.
Mhm.
Knows everything. Knows the whole. Know where all the drops gonna be at. Know where Louie and Jerome are having lunch at.
Having
Know
lunch.
where Javi at. Everything.
Yep.
I mean, I guess they
Javi,
could have followed
like,
Leon, but
who
they
is
could have
this,
shot him
man?
on the way. Yeah.
Who is this person that's talking? There is it Cissy?
Is it Scully?
No, it's not.
Is it
Cissy.
Scully?
It's not Scully.
I mean,
Peaches is under suspicion.
Huh?
Man,
Peaches is under suspicion, but they have introduced the HIV aspect to the show, which
Yeah, I told you what it
Big Ham.
was.
Oh, hold on, settle
Man,
down,
Peaches got the
settle
heel,
down. I'm trying to
bro.
give you your props. Let me give you your
He got
props.
the heel.
I see
Okay.
the problem.
That's the only thing.
Well, hold on, Ralph. I know it's your reaction, but let's let Kendrick finish. Okay, I'm the moderator, so I'm gonna moderate for once.
Oh, I didn't know he was still talking.
That's why I'm
Here's
talking
my
to you,
reaction.
though.
I didn't
That's
know
why
he
I'm
was still
talking, though.
talking.
That's why I'm
Here's
trying to help
my
out.
reaction. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is
Here's my reaction.
they have introduced the HIV component aspect of the show, which is what you mentioned, Ralph, where you said that people were thinking that Peaches may have AIDS or at least HIV. He's got the constant cough. He looking weak. He looking sickly. And so initially everybody's saying, hey, maybe Peaches set him up because he was mysteriously sick.
I don't think so.
But this nurse lady who I don't even recognize that was helping Teddy, she said people started getting HIV from patients and without the fun part or whatever that means.
You know
So
what it
Ralph, I'm giving you props, man. Another commenter also mentioned it that it was the HIV cough.
Yeah.
That we conversed with. So you good call, Ralph. You got it, man.
Hold
Appreciate
on.
that, man.
But
Appreciate
listen, man,
that.
I was the one that called out Peaches being sick. Ralph just said that it was probably the HIV for the AIDS or whatever.
But you called out him being sick in your reaction. Then I told him, yeah, and then me and you both let Kid know that he was coughing in the episode.
Right.
And then you said you thought it was something else. What'd you say you thought it was?
I thought he might have been on the stuff. You right.
Yeah,
I thought he might have been on the stuff.
He got HIV. But so
Big Ham called it. I'm giving him his props.
Peaches is down sick, but my thing is like, I know we need some action to get popping, right? We needed some guns blazing. We just need to know where it's coming from. That's my thing.
It make sense.
It appears like it just came out of nowhere. And then not only that, they bring it to the house to find the phone of the weirdest person in Los Angeles.
A crazy taxidermist.
Yeah.
Dude,
they has a tiger.
Dude who got tigers and lions, tigers and bears and alligators and everything, and got tranquilizer darts. Like, come on, man, what is going on, Snowfall? Like, Snowfall does not do this. You know what I'm saying? Snowfall don't do this.
It was different, man. It was different.
A little bit of a shock, even though I was clearly entertained by the episode.
Clearly,
a lot of this was, what the freak is going on, but I was clearly entertained by the episode.
It ended fast on me. Like, this was the first episode of this season that ended when I was like, don't end yet. I need to see what's gonna happen. This was the first one.
No more. What's happening?
It ended on a cliffhanger. It ended on a bit of a cliffhanger.
And so you always gotta get kudos for that when you have an episode that have you on the edge of your seat. Like,
one more. Yeah,
it was just a little bit of where did this come from? On top of, man, it just broke my heart to see Cissy in there.
Alton it up.
Franklin up. Like it was more than a thought. Even after what Alton did, she's sitting there willing to give Franklin up. And for why? For Alton?
Exactly.
He won't Teddy dead for Alton.
She could stand Alton. She could stand Alton for most of the series.
Yeah. You're right.
See, you know
Love,
what,
man.
man? I don't know,
Love.
man. This just bothers me. It bothers me, but that's all I have, man. I'm just kind of like, I was just kind of throwing it back, but I was entertained. But I was throwing it back, but I was entertained.
Ken, go ahead, chime in.
I thought it was a good episode. I'm bothered that it's a episode within this season that they call identifying as part one. I don't know if y'all caught the title,
I
but
didn't.
this episode was called part one. So
Okay.
it kind of gave you the sense that they're gonna have a second part next week or
I
whatever.
missed
And
that.
actually, I didn't even get to see the previews for next week.
I
But
didn't either.
nevertheless,
They didn't show it for me.
oh, okay, maybe that's what it was then. But nevertheless, I thought it was a good episode. Like, it started off cool with them meeting up with Teddy and Gustavo and some random dude that's introduced just to be offed. Which
But random dude to let you know something's up with Peaches.
yeah, the Peaches wasn't there. Right. Random dude to be off because Peaches wasn't there. Teddy gets shot that looks like a pretty serious lick, and he ends up taking off on Franklin and Gustavo.
He had to
Which
though.
was a little weird out of seemed like just out of the blue if he
Out of left
riding with them,
field,
and
yeah.
especially Gustavo, he wouldn't have just ran off on him. But I guess he said, "Hey, I'm hit pretty bad, so I got to get out of here." So that
Maybe
was
he was
cool.
feeling like that he would be more of a liability with them trying to protect him, so he drove off to also save himself though. But it's
I think
probably the
he drove
training,
up to protect
probably the
himself, not to
CIA
be
training to saying get out
That's
of
what I'm gonna
Dodge when you
say.
need
Not
to.
only CIA
self-preservation.
training, but he got to, he of all people got to keep that cover.
True,
Yeah,
true.
maybe. Okay, so I'll give him that. But that was cool that these rival gangs coming up, hitting everybody at separate spots. I thought it was cool. Franklin on the phone when you hearing Jerome scream, and then like they went left when they had to jump in this house and they meet this crazy taxidermist dude. That I mean, Chew is entertaining or exciting, but it's got to make sense, and that's the
Well,
thing.
but Gustavo, I agree, King. But Gustavo said like no bars on the window, no car in the driveway. This is the one that we try to get in, make sure because shouldn't be anybody here. That's why he did it. He said that literally when they
Right.
walked by the house.
They were looking for a house to get a phone so they could call somebody, but it's just they jumped into the craziest situation they could have gotten into, and
Well,
that's the
that's
thing.
TV though.
It's TV, but
Ken,
it's they already wait. They
hold on. But I
already
was gonna
got
say the
hit.
phone didn't even work.
The phone didn't even work.
Yeah.
They already got hit, and then I guess they get hit in the roughest neighborhood where they run up on some other guys that's trying to rob them and kill them, and then on their way running from them, they break into a house. They had somebody even crazier than the people that were just after them. So it was like a triple whammy for Franklin. And then
Left $3 million just sitting in the crawl space.
And they didn't even make sure that the door was fully closed when they got out. So it was entertaining, but it was a couple missteps. But it was fun for me. The whole cops harassing Louie and Jerome and Cissy and Veronique seemed a little odd, because I don't know. At least they didn't show them detaining anybody else. It seemed like they keyed in on them. Now I don't know if the city recognizes them as drug dealers and things like that.
That's what I think. Because remember the guy was like, "What one of your rival drug dealers after you?" So I think they
that was black
recognized
dude.
Jerome.
That wasn't the cops that pulled him
No,
over.
that was the
Yeah,
cop that said that.
The first cop
said that.
Yeah, the one that pulled down on them. Yeah.
My bad. So that's the only thing that could save it is that they recognize them as drug dealers. But and then Leon and them getting hit with Javi and stuff like that. It was good. It was entertaining. They threw a lot at us, and I guess they trying to jump up the viewership. I thought it was cool, but still, we got to find out who's hitting them, and then we'll go from there, I guess. But so it was an entertaining episode.
Okay. I did when I was looking up some names for the show, just in case. I did see the write up for next week, and it seems like next week they're going to find out who the surprise hitter is.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
part
good.
two.
Yeah, it's part two, like you said. So
Yeah.
good catching that, Ken. So I'm not gonna say too much.
Hey, maybe we should try to guess later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we might be guessing a little bit, but understood. I thought it was an entertaining episode. A lot of stuff happened. Um, it's clear that somebody's doing some research or some trailing because Franklin and Teddy meet at the same spot. So it's not like that person followed them there and then started shooting because they had pulled up and got out and then they drove up and started shooting. So I feel like that these people are following them long enough to know their habits. So that's probably going to weigh into who that person is. Nevertheless, I thought it was a good episode. I feel like that Franklin and Gustavo should have been hitting those guys in the van Teddy was the only one that
Teddy was
got
the
one
only
of
one
them.
that got somebody.
Teddy was the
And
only
then I
one
think
got
Javi got
somebody.
somebody, right?
Javi or one of
Right.
Leon's cats.
I thought
Jerome them got nobody.
Franklin hit somebody.
No.
Teddy.
Only Teddy. Only
Franklin
train
hit
killer.
him with the car.
Yeah.
Franklin hit him with the car. That was it. I did like, and this goes back to maybe season 1, season 2. I did like the fact that they had a scene with just Franklin and El Oso talking it out, and him congratulating him that he got kids and stuff. I always liked Gustavo's character, man. I like seeing him on the screen. I didn't necessarily like him with Luciana because he was in love with her clearly, and then they started dating, and then everything blew up. But nevertheless, the Franklin and Gustavo stuff, that's kind of how I got kicked off with Franklin being love with this luchador, the Mexican wrestler. So I like their scene. That's one quick aspect. I feel like Louis is like purposely being difficult with Franklin. I feel like, and I hate that. I hate that,
It
and
might
it's
be
almost
mutual,
like driving
man.
a wedge between
Kind of mutual.
Franklin and well, Franklin and Jerome. But I understand what you're saying, Kendra. It's mutual, but I think it's because of Louis. Like Louis is holding on to grudges for the Scully stuff. Franklin was wrong, but Louis still holding on to it. You got to move past that stuff. So she's just building stuff to keep in her back pocket against Franklin. Franklin's still trying to make business, make it work. He's still trying to protect his family. He's not saying we're gonna do this deal. Whatever his girlfriend name is, I can't remember.
Veronique.
I think
Veronique,
Louis is
we're gonna do
definitely.
this deal.
I think Louis is definitely the source of contention.
Definitely. And Jerome got to stick with her in public for sure. You know what I mean? Because this what you got to do. But it wasn't like Franklin was trying to do this deal without them. He want them in to set them all up. Franklin is still looking to set them all
he
up.
need their money too to keep from having to liquidate all his assets as well. So it's beneficial for Franklin too. That's why he was so mad when they were leaving. He was like, if we don't get they cut, we got to put in everything we got.
Kendrick.
So
I understand, Kendrick.
It's a selfish aspect for
it's what Franklin wants to do.
It's what Franklin wants to do. Everybody's supposed to do what Franklin wants to do.
Ain't necessarily what they want to do. There's a lot of money, bro.
I understand, but that's like me. If I come up on some kind of financial investment, right, and it costs me $10,000, right, and I got $10,000, it's a stretch, but I got $10,000. But if I say, hey, I can give 5, and you two can give $250 each or $2,500 each, and we can all make this investment, and then we'll all benefit. Like, okay, yeah, it's beneficial for me not to put the whole thing in, but it's also beneficial for y'all to put some in and get more out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I kind of feel like for Frank.
It's beneficial in your mind, but we may not necessarily agree.
I mean,
and that's the thing with Lou and them. It may not be guaranteed, or maybe even if Franklin think it's guaranteed, it still might not be something they comfortable investing in. And that's the thing. That's what Franklin has to understand.
I understand that, but I feel like Lou is doing it purposely to be spiteful. That's the difference, Kendrick. Just because you don't feel like it's something you want to do, I'm okay with that. I think she feel like she don't want to do it because Franklin got something to do with it.
But Franklin I tell you about it, you got to do it.
Maybe. But Rab, you made a great point. Franklin want to do it, so that's why he want everybody else to want to do it. Yeah, understood. Leon's, I don't know what they're doing with Leon. They trying to make him go a little too militant or to be strictly against the police. I still want him to be more so with Franklin and his setup, but it seems like that he's on his own way now, and it's almost like he's like a side story now instead of in the main story.
You know something that bothers me about the whole Leon scene today?
Well,
it happens in many TV shows and in the movies, so I'm not gonna be too mad about it. But it's like Leon has a beeper, but at the time where Franklin needs him, it's just on the countertop. He just sitting at home and the beeper on the counter, and it's that type of convenient writing where we need to interject a little bit more suspense, a little bit more drama. So instead of Leon having a beeper on him at all times, he just got it in the same room with him on the counter. And him and his guys having this conversation, blah, blah, blah. His gun is closer to him than his beeper. And those are the types of things that, I mean, they don't necessarily bother me. I mean, they don't bother me that much because it's just part of TV. It's part of movies. That's part of writing to try to add suspense or inject conflict or inject drama. But it's just, Jerome had his on. Leon at home. Why didn't Leon have his?
But see, Kendra, when you go in your house, you take your wallet out and put it on the counter. You take your keys out and put them on the counter. Like, I understand about the gun and stuff, but at the same time, you comfortable at home. Like when I come home,
vibrate. It wasn't on beat.
Understood, Ken. If I come home from work and my phone is on vibrate, I might take it out and sit it on the bed or sit it on the counter and go wash my hands or go to the bathroom or get something to drink or something like that. Like, I understand what you're saying. Of course, it's convenient for the show to do that, but it's also realistic.
That's absolutely true, man. When I'm at home, my phone ain't on me all the time. When I'm
And
at
it
work,
definitely ain't
when I'm
always
out the
on.
street, my phone is always on me. But when I'm at home,
It's a
it ain't on me
difference.
all the time.
And when you
Yeah,
said
but
about Jerome,
you
Jerome
can
was
get a
out to lunch.
911 beep or to meet up with somebody at any point. So it ain't necessarily like just your cell phone where you gonna play Candy Crush on when you feel like it. This is part of his this drug game. Don't take a break.
But you gotta think about it, man. He has that people on him all the time, every day, and never gets a 911.
Ken, I understand what you're
saying.
saying. I understand what you're saying, Ken, but at the same time, he's at home, so I also can understand him taking it off and sitting it on the coffee table or the TV stand or something like that, which is what happened in essence.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's that unbelievable. I'm just saying it's convenient because when Franklin was trying to reach him, he couldn't, and the beeper was right there. He was definitely available to assist, but he didn't have the beep on him, so it wasn't there.
No, I agree, but I understand. But at the same time, since you brought that up, I'm glad you brought it up because when I was watching, I was like, man, how in the world did we make it out of the 80s and 90s without cell phones on you at all times? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I know that's what we grew up on, so it was a normal. But nowadays, like a map, GPS in my car, like if my phone go away, I don't know nobody number.
I know a couple numbers, but not many.
But not many. You know,
Yeah.
I know a couple.
I know my parents and my wife
my home
number.
number. I know my home number when I grew up, but they ain't gonna help me up here.
Exactly.
You know, but anyway, I thought it was a good show. It had some plot holes, like you said, Ken, but at the same time, I thought it was very entertaining. The drive-by, it was a surprise, and then when they hit Louie and them, then it was like, okay, this is adding up to be more. I expected the Leon hit at that point, but still, the Louie one was a complete surprise. Louie and Jerome was a complete surprise. And speaking of Jerome is one of my favorite characters on the show for the love he shows to Louie, and even more so for the love he shows to Cissy, man. For some reason, I love that relationship that he's her little brother. He's always been kind of a bad apple, but he'll do whatever he needs to do to protect her. Like when she got kidnapped in 2 seasons ago or last season or whatever, Jerome and Franklin and all of them went out. And Jerome was like the first one to run up to her and make sure she okay and checking her over and being all sentimental with her. And then when they was helping each other up,
that hurts.
Exactly. Then when he was helping Cissy up from them being shot at, Louie of course was shooting back. Jerome's face to Cissy was like, "It's just you and me. Are you okay? I'm gonna make sure you're okay." I love that. I know I said it in last season pod that I love that relationship, but it just brought it back. Veronique, I thought Veronique handled herself pretty good. Okay. I thought Veronique handled herself pretty good in this episode too. Like she calmed Franklin down. I don't know about the yoga type stuff that they doing, but hey, to each his own. But she calmed Franklin down, said they would have to go talk to her, and she took it upon herself. So while we may not to bring Cissy to bring calm minds, but while we may not necessarily care for the character, she is actually playing the role of somebody in Franklin's position side perfectly.
She had them guns. She got them guns off of them.
She hit the guns. Yep, she did it quick too. Like Lou and Jerome, they were so into the scene that they weren't thinking about what could happen. She was a calm, cool mind in the moment.
She's a lawyer, right?
She is a lawyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What you gonna do with him? What you gonna do with him?
Hey, Jerome, Jerry Curl was a little out of whack late on.
Was it? I was just.
They've been jumping on the ground and stuff. It probably dried out a little bit. He didn't get a chance.
Hey man, when he was threatening the cop boat, he had me cracking up so hard, man.
Look, Jerome still holding a grudge against them girls. Jerome wanted to go looking for them girls because they weren't there.
Who calmed them down? Who calmed them down?
Wait, now we get to guessing who after Franklin.
That's true too. That's true.
Gotcha.
Who was the one that told him not to go after the girls?
Jerome was the one that said. Right? Jerome said, "Why we dealing with them again?"
Louie told Jerome, "Go check on Peaches."
You know Peaches.
Yeah,
and let Leon go look for the girls.
Yeah. But anyway, man, and then Jerome was like Cissy and Veronique going nowhere. Like Jerome is still all about the family type business, the loyalty. And Louie, of course, she love her family, but she like, hey, I can love you from afar, and I hate.
Yeah, that's Louis' extended family. That's her family by marriage.
Yeah, but still, they in that game together. They family. Like Leon was there too, because Leon is family. You know what I mean? That's the family I'm talking about. Yeah.
But you can
But
see Louis be like, man, that ain't my blood.
No, she ain't
I
never
don't
done
think
that.
Sometimes
so.
she
Yeah, I
give
don't
those
think so.
vibes, bro.
Her and Cissy got into it at one time. I remember it was
Yeah,
at that
she
barbecue or
give those
something.
vibes.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I like the show, man. I enjoy the show. I like Teddy. You know, we ain't said much about Teddy, but Teddy was handling himself. Teddy was handling himself much better than Leon, and also in the fire, and then he had to go. It is what it is. Um, yeah, it's just writing, Ken. Also dropped his gun and Franklin out of bullets. Like it's the benefit of being able to write what you want, the direction you want the story to go. So it just makes the story move in a certain direction, and we got to live
Right.
with it as fans and hate it or love it. But I thought it was a good episode. Introducing the new surgeon character. I don't know what that's gonna do. I mean, for now it seems like a waste, but I imagine it's gonna come out. She did introduce the AIDS portion, so that was one key that's leading us back to the peaches thing. So it's a lot going on.
Convenient again, though, Key. Think about
Convenient.
it.
It's
They
convenient.
get hit
And
in
he
an
goes to
area
some place.
around Franklin. He
Yeah.
happens to know this lady that we've never met before, where she lives. And instead of her calling the police when she see a blood trail coming to her house with a bullet
Yeah.
hole ridden car, she
Yep.
pick up a little shovel and go inside.
Go inside. Ask who's in my
Convenient.
house bleeding. Yeah.
Convenient.
But at the same time, if she live in that neighborhood, she may be rough and tough.
She said the neighborhood ain't the kind of place that would have bullet hole
She did
cars.
say
She did
that.
say that. She did say that. Good call. Good call. But
But you
still,
know
we
she
don't
could
know
have
the
been
life.
lying. She
We
went
don't
out
know the
there
life.
because she went out. She could have been lying because she went out there just to get
The check.
be nosy.
Yeah, to be nosy. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I thought it was a good episode though, honestly. I thought it was a
It
good
was.
episode. It was surprises, which I liked. And you know, it was questions like it was questions like, who could it be? It wasn't question like, this is the stupidest thing ever. They expect me to believe this. You know, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Anyway, fellas, make sure you let us know, for those of you who are there, make sure you let us know what you all right, Kendra. Make sure you let us know what you thought about our reaction and what your reaction is for this snowfall. Now you know what time it is. It's time of our favorite part of the segment. Big Ham, go ahead and explain it.
You want me to introduce it? My man, I hear you.
Ken, go ahead and explain it.
This is our Gots to Go segment. In Gots to Go segment, we talk about characters on the episode that are in complete opposition to our criminal protagonists. And in other words, they have to go, gots to go, be brutally murdered.
Brutally.
And also one of the aspects of this Gots to Go list that the moderator continues to besmirch is that we have the right to pick somebody that we want out of here just because they get on our nerves or we don't like them. If you got to go, it don't necessarily have to be a reason. We're looking at fictitious television shows. We're saying people we want dead when obviously we don't. So if we want somebody out there because of what they wear, like Jerome his orange pants, they can get off the show. So gots to go means get off the show in a brutally murdered fashion for whatever reason we see fit.
All right, Ken, go ahead and kick it off then.
My number 3 and least to greatest, my number 3 gots to go is this Louie Franklin relationship. Right now, this beef that they got is a problem. Keetrick and Big Ham, well, maybe more so. Keetrick is saying Louie is the fundamental conflict in it, but it's the relationship. Louie is angry at Franklin for some stuff that happened, but Franklin also has a mindset of, hey, if I think it's a good idea, everybody should think it's a good idea. Everybody should be on board. And Louie is like, I'm sick of running things the way you want to do it. I want to make some decisions. I want to do stuff my way. If it's my money, I should be able to do what I want. And right now, it's just causing more harm than good because it's always unnecessary tension. And in times like this where everybody getting hit, they need unity. And they don't have the unity right now. So this Louie Franklin beef or whatever you want to call it, it needs to go.
All right, here's my problem with this. When Keetrick 2 weeks ago came up with this same got to go. As his number one, Ken, you and I both panned it. And now here you go jumping on the bandwagon.
I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, Big Ham.
My number three is this Louie and Franklin relationship.
I can't put Louie on the list in good faith because it's not just Louie. I can't put Louie on here alone because it's not just Louie.
He took the easy way out by not saying Louie had to go. He supposed to say he had to say Louie had to go or Franklin had to go. He chose to be. He took the easy way out. We both said that, and here you go doing the same thing. If Louie has to go, just say Louie got to go.
I'm not saying Louie got to go because Louie is doing making a decision that's best for Louie, and that's
let
the
him
thing.
be, Ralph. Let him be. Go ahead with your number.
But Big Ham, you do remind me that I probably did get Keisha some slack on that. So
you did. You
my
both
bad.
did. Go ahead,
My
Ralph.
bad. I'm not apologizing for giving you slack.
That's
I'm apologizing for copping out like you did.
Go ahead.
All right, my number 3 got to go is the cricket cop Bo again. Okay. And see, here's my thing that bothers me.
Got Bo.
We pay you. You work for us for these situations to happen.
And you
so
coming
now
up showing your butt.
You have a situation come up, and you, instead of just doing your job, you got to go out here and be all smart about it and make these comments and be all crazy about it. Dude, do your job. We paying you.
Yep.
We don't want to hear no lip. We know you're a cop. We don't want to hear no lip. And that's why I was glad Jerome got on his behind. And I also hope Jerome busts his head like he said he was going to do it once he finally get a chance. So my number 3 got to go is the opposite.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give you my number 3. It might be controversial. My number 3 got to go is double S, Cissy Saint. Or C, whatever. Cissy Saint. I think it's a C, actually. Cissy Saint got to go, man.
Yes.
Cissy got to go, man. And it's every reason, if you want to go back and watch our got to go from last season pod, is every reason why Alton had to go. It's because these jokers are going crazy. They're holding some personal grudge against the CIA while at the same time somehow unfathomably not realizing that they're going to bring their own son down.
Right.
Yep. And don't try to get hard to myself. No, I just want to read. I'm not to hurt my family. When has a I guess I don't want to sound too controversial, but when will a law enforcement agency or something like that
just say, people.
Okay, I'm gonna just take the person you want. I'm not going to get all the tertiary characters that also are committing huge crimes that I can take down and get more recommendations.
Exactly. I'm just going to kill a CIA member. That's it.
I'm going to get the guy you want, and then I'll go back on about my business and let your family continue to sell drugs.
That's basically the same thing as saying, you got into big stuff, I ain't worried about the little stuff. That's crazy.
Exactly.
They want everything.
They want everything. They want to take you down.
Exactly. Cissy is crazy, man. Sissy was all up in Alton's butt for doing the stuff that she's now doing. Just like Ken was against me for the Louie Franklin drama, and he's doing it now. Sissy has just became Ken.
I don't think that's the same at all.
I don't
understand it. Sissy has become Ken now? What in the world is he
or Ken has become Sissy, whatever. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you my number 2. My number 2 is going to be controversial. My number 2, as bad as I hate to put her on this list, is Louie. And it is because of the Franklin relationship, man. Franklin is trying to let bygones be bygones, man.
No, he ain't. He still
he is, bro.
He still wants them to do something. He is mad that they're not investing. He ain't letting bygones be bygones. He was like, okay, well, you guys don't want to invest. That's cool. You know, I'll go on about my business. He mad, slapping walls and junk. Veronique having to calm him down because he's saying without their money, we gonna have to put in most or all of ours, and Franklin is still a self-serving aspect to it. Franklin ain't letting bygones be bygones. Franklin want people to fall in line and follow him.
Kid, you missing the fact that he trying to get them to do his investment so they can get out the game clean, bro.
Exactly, he's trying to get them out of the game.
That may be part of it, Big Ham, but he didn't slap the wall saying, "Oh man, they gonna be in the drug game for all their life." He slapped the wall because he's saying we gonna have to put all our money in. It ain't about just trying to get them out.
Kendra, who got Franklin in the game completely?
Jerome gave him a shot.
No, I said completely. The big game, not the weed game. The
Louie talking about with the bricks.
Louie took him.
Sell at the club.
Louie took him to get the cocaine sold, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Franklin had it. Louie didn't get him in the game. Louie helped him so he would be able to sustain in the game.
Why did she help him? She helped him for a cut. Jerome wanted nothing to do with it. Louie helped him for a cut. Okay.
And she was working in the club.
Yep, and she wanted a club. She was self-serving, Ken. That's the word. You work together, but you
Franklin
always
was
doing stuff
down
to
with
help
it.
you.
Louie and them aren't down. Franklin was down with it.
I understand what you're saying, but the reason why you're saying that Franklin is much to blame is because he wants something for himself. Everybody wants something for themselves in every deal
Everybody
they
wants something
make.
for himself. Right.
Also, last episode, who had the stank attitude at the Japanese restaurant?
Louie.
Louis. Exactly. Had nothing to do about business, right? That was Cissy's welcome back. Louis was being stank for no reason.
Man, we're gonna start killing people for having stank attitudes. You and Big Ham gone.
Out
Man,
of
you the
pocket.
one that said Keith was trying to besmirch us for saying that we don't like folks that we like. That man that picked Louis, and he finally just stepped up and picked Louis instead of saying like you, the beef between Franklin and Louis. He finally said the command is up. You either gonna end the beef amicably with Franklin, which Franklin has already tried to do several times.
Several
End the
times.
beef amicably,
Yep.
or somebody gotta go.
Mm-hmm. And it's not gonna be Franklin for me. And I love me some
But I
Louis.
ain't gonna
I
pick
do.
Franklin.
I love me some Louis, but she is the reason. She's causing conflict between Franklin and Jerome because Jerome got to stand by her even when he knows she's in the wrong. It's
Okay.
Louis, man. Go ahead.
On two different occasions, Jerome stood up with her, and he didn't really just want to.
That's right. Rav, go ahead. Give us your number 2.
My number 2, got to go, is Cissy. For the same reason Keisha said. I mean, it's just right there. Like, you go to this, I don't even know what agency this is. Is he Federale? What
Who
agency
is he?
Raleigh might have been a little too far, Big Ham. You crossing the line. You're out of pocket. You're out of pocket.
How, man? I don't know what he is.
In the U.S.
Federal Raleigh. You know
Anyway,
about some
he
how.
go to this
Federal
agent
Raleigh.
dude by hiring Franklin back, putting Franklin in danger,
Federal Raleigh.
and she act like, I don't know, she think this is a fairy tale. You know this dude gonna want something. He's not just gonna go and kill a CIA agent for no, he is not a contract assassin.
Mm-mm. He's working
He is an
with some kind of
investigator.
government.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
are you
exactly.
expecting?
Put this
It's
pen.
just hypnotic.
Okay, so how do we start this? Put this pen in Franklin's office.
Franklin's office. What?
Wait a
My
minute.
son
I'm
did not
trying to
go
kill
down.
Teddy. Well, you know what?
Man,
Just take the pen with you wherever you go. Then
She probably had the pen with him when they got hit.
Probably.
Sissy.
Man, my number 2 got to go with Cissy, bro.
Ken, go ahead and give us your number 2.
I can't put Cissy at number 2, man. It's still too many other players in the game.
Okay, let's
Number
hear
2 got to go is Bo. Same reason, Big Ham, man. This cop is just this jerk bothers me. And that's the thing, man. He's a jerk and he wants his cut, and he still want to be hard and talk crazy to you, but get his cut. And that's the junk that bothers me. Every time they make a dirty cop, they pretty much all the same. They want everything they can get from you, but they can't promise you anything. And that's the thing. And Bo,
sooner or later,
yep,
Ken, sooner or later, they're gonna keep one more.
yep. Bo is a slime ball. I want Bo gone brutally.
You know what, man? I'm telling you, Bo be on scenes like 20 seconds, and you just remember the hatred that you have for him for the whole episode.
Yep, he's a jerk.
He's a jerk. All right, Big Ham, you want to go? You want to go with your number 1?
Yeah, my number 1, man. I can't do like you, Keith. I don't have the courage to do it.
Okay.
And I'm not even gonna mention the beef. My number 1 is still
what you gonna say?
That's Teddy. Okay.
Teddy did nothing this episode. Mine is leaving him.
It's still Teddy because I feel Cissy. Like I said, I can't let it go. But I'm not stupid enough to try to go to the government and try to get them done. We gonna eventually set it up. We get them by ourselves, and we'll do it ourselves. But my number 1 got to go is still Teddy, bro.
Listen, you wrong, Ralph, and I'll tell you why. Because last season, each and every one of us on this pod wanted Alton dead. Not only that, we wanted to see it happen. And we were happy if Franklin did it. Or if Teddy did it.
Hey,
wait a minute. We figured Teddy was going to do it.
When he went to Cuba, we were fine with him being in Cuba, bro.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
He was still on our list.
He wasn't on my list. Once he went to Cuba, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
He still needed to go for the actions.
He needed to go, man. It was too much.
Once he went to Cuba, was good. But it ain't just that, bro. It's Teddy has changed. He's not as trustworthy as he was before. It's something up with him now. It's like a couple episodes ago when
doing his job
when
now,
when Franklin went and saw that he was spying on him with the drop. It's something up with him. So it's still Teddy for me. It hadn't changed yet. Until
right.
I see some progress being made between relationship between Franklin and Teddy, until I see Teddy do some stuff that's noteworthy for us and helping us with our organization, it's still him.
All right, Ken, who you got for your number one?
Yeah, my number one got to go. It's Cissy Saint, man.
You know it.
And I want Cissy gone the most. Cissy is the one that's doing the most damage right now, man. Cissy, and the reason why Cissy is doing the most damage is because she's not even smart enough to realize she's doing the exact same stuff that Alton did. And
that's
that was
what's sad
thing.
about it. She's supposed to be smart enough to realize that, bro.
Exactly. She's not even realized she's doing the exact same thing Alton did. As a matter of fact, she's going even worse. She's doing even worse. Alton was just doing on public radio, trying to get it out and stuff like that. Cissy going to the government. That's going to put more focus on Franklin from several different organizations that can actually come after him. You know, Franklin got his little undercover podcast radio thing that's going out on the little AM stations. And she going to the federal government, or at least, or the Mexican government, I guess, trying to talk about what's going on. So Cissy is making mistakes. Cissy needs to go. She needs to go the most worst way.
Wow.
Bye, Teddy. Bye, Teddy.
Yeah, you know what? If Teddy find out that she is trying to get him in trouble, she will. But I don't know if Franklin can forgive that. I mean, he can forgive Alton, but I don't think he can forgive that.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad, boy.
Yeah.
Jerome and Franklin gonna take care of Teddy quick, and they found out he killed Cissy, boy.
And you know what? Maybe Louie will fall. Maybe Louie will fall.
And Franklin are glorified corner boys.
Okay, Ken. My number one got to go, as you guys already said it, is old Bo. Like I said, man, Bo come on the scene for 20 seconds. You hate this Joker. Last episode, he came to the hood and shot up people for no reason. Had dogs attacking people. He there smiling about it, happy about it. He doing business with Leon's partners. Do you understand the look of this? Like, this guy is definitely bad news. They need to take him out, man. They do it quick. Forget whatever protection he supposedly can provide. They just used their one get out of jail free card with him, and they had to still sit in jail for hours. You know what I mean? It's like, let's get you out of jail as quick as possible. No. You sit there for a little while and stew while I play big boss, and then when I feel like letting you out, then I do it. This guy's a jerk, man. This guy's a jerk. All right, fellas, make sure you let us know what you thought about our Gots to Go. It was, I think we probably had at least two of the three same ones, which is, it is what it is. That's the way the show went today. But make sure you let us know if you agree with our Gots to Go, or if you got something that we didn't think about, and we'll converse back with you. Now, as Big Head mentioned, we usually end the show, but now since we trying to learn about who this potential shooter could be, and Ken has already hipped us to the fact that this was part one or part two, makes a little bit more sense with the cliffhanger and everything. Let's see if we can quickly discuss who we think it could be.
All right, man. I got two. The first prediction is the lady who, what was the guy name that Franklin was with at first before Teddy came back?
Grady.
The lady that Grady was sleeping with, that was part of Franklin's little crew. I think she might be upset. Her man killed and gone. She might be feeling a little way about it. She know a little bit of inside information. She might be the one that's seeing these people after him.
Man, that's a good
my
one.
second guess is what was the name of the two girls who shot Louie?
Was it Diamond and Sapphire or something? Black Diamond and Sapphire or something?
Frank one of them to the spot. Remember? She rolled with him to the spot where he ended up going into the building and finding out where old boy was spied on him from. So she know where that drop spot is. So you gotta give him that, on top of the fact that Jerome, he foreshadowed it, like, why are we dealing with them? They can't be trusted. They always go to the highest bid. He said they always go to the highest bidder.
That's true.
He said that. So those are my two guesses are who are behind this. I think they probably went to somebody and kind of let them know the plan to try and get a little cut of money off of this.
Let me. I know we gonna do this quick, but let me try to rebut the second one of yours. I think the only thing about Black Diamond and Sapphire, thing one, thing two, whatever you want to call them, I think they always dealt with women hitters. You know, like when Khadijah hired them, I thought it was just women that were the ones that were shooting and stuff. So I wonder if they got a crew, you know, I wonder if it could be they more so with a female crew instead of an all male crew. Which, if Ken don't mind, I'll chime in. The person that we don't want to believe is Peaches, right? Because we feel
Right.
like Peaches is sick. We like Peaches. Peaches seemed like he's been solid for Franklin since day one. The thing about Peaches is Peaches knows where the drop is. Peaches knows where Javi is, and Peaches knows where I guess Jerome them could be. Let's just say that. So I don't want to say it's Peaches, but at the same time, those cats that's gunning after them, they look more like Peaches type of crew or people that would be associated with Peaches more so than somebody associated with Black Diamond or something like that. That's what I wonder about. So I don't want to say it's Peaches, but I wouldn't be completely shocked if it was. I would be sad if it was, but I wouldn't be completely shocked based on the way things add up. And like you said, Ralph, one of the girls went to Franklin with the spot, but Peaches know all the spots too, including Hobby.
Yeah, and I'll just chime in. I don't think it's Peaches
I don't
either,
think so.
but I think they're trying to raise suspicion about him. And the thing is, what if this whole coughing and sickness stuff is to force us to think, hey, maybe Peaches does have HIV when actually it could be Peaches. So it could be a twist that they're a red herring that they're trying to throw in there for us to attack, to think Peaches absolutely can't be responsible for it, just to throw a monkey wrench in there to show that he could. So I'll say, okay, maybe it could be Peaches. I don't think so. But just for the sake of they could throw that in as a monkey wrench, I want to leave that base uncovered.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that honestly I didn't think of, so I'm gonna give Big Ham complete credit, is that I think that idea that it's the old girl that was messing with Grady that also was working with Franklin, but who has mysteriously not been any more episodes since Grady was dead. I think it could definitely be her, and I think that was a really, really good
That was a
idea
good
and
one.
astute observation by
That
Big
was
Ham.
that was the smartest one in the room type of statement that time. Yeah,
I
so
guess he
the
been
first
hanging around
time,
Hey,
with us
first
long
man,
time for
enough.
everything. First time
He
for
been
check
hanging
everything.
this
around with
out.
us long.
I'm gonna give the credence. I'm gonna give a little bit more credence to the Peaches suspicion.
Okay.
Maybe Peaches went and saw a doctor. Maybe the doctor told him, man, you got this new disease and you ain't got much time. Maybe he like, I need to get some money for my family.
Maybe so. Or to try to help him.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, who
maybe I'm
knows?
about to leave. Maybe I need to get my family set up.
hmm And
Could-
before we close the prediction, good point, Big Ham. But before we could close the prediction, I would be remiss if I didn't throw Scully's name in the hat just in case, because these guys are also Scully type level guys too.
Yeah.
They didn't
Bandanas on
recognize
their
in them
face
though. They
protect.
didn't
They didn't
recognize in
recognize
them.
them, but we don't know all Scully guys, right?
Okay.
They just didn't recognize that one guy that fell out of the car. Leon them didn't recognize him, but they don't mean
Yeah,
that
they
he
ain't know
wasn't.
about. They ain't know who dude was.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
don't mean that he couldn't be a part of it. But yeah, them great predictions. I mean, now if they come out with somebody that's out of left field, I'll be a little disappointed.
Disappointed.
I'd be
Disappointed,
disappointed.
jumping the
Yeah.
shark type thing, like just out of the blue, this guy got the drop, and it's like Franklin's high school classmate, like Manboy or something like that. Obviously, that was they introduced Manboy, but I'm saying if they were to introduce a new character like this now, that would be a discredit to the viewers. Yeah. But all right, fellas, let us know what you thought about our predictions. If you agree, disagree, had some of your own that we didn't think about, let us know. We'll converse back with you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Thank you for joining us today. It was a fun pod. We love to talk about these type of shows, and we love talking to each other and conversing with you guys when you comment. You're part of the Fellowship Hall too. So make sure you keep following us, like us, subscribe to us at the Fellowship Hall on the YouTube page, Fellowship Hall. You can also follow us on Facebook at the Fellowship Hall. Don't forget to check out Big Ham on Facebook at Raphael Hammond. You can also follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Hamdog22. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you come back next week. Be blessed.
Be blessed, fellas.
Be blessed.